Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to Lelesdesigns. Today, I'll show you how to make this easy to make doll dress for your baby alive doll or any 12-inch doll. You want to download and print my free pattern? You will find it below this video in the description. Grab your supplies and let's get started. Before you cut your material, I want to go over which direction your pattern pieces should lay. If it's plain or polka dots, then it really doesn't matter which direction you place them. But if you have a material like this or something with stripe, you will need to lay your pattern pieces in this direction. Cut out your material with right sides together, pin the bodice, and then fold about 1/4 inch on each end of the ruffle. Pin it, sew straight across on both ends. On the bodice, we are going to sew 1/4 inch from the edge of each armpit, then down the back, around the neck, and up the back. Sew the ends with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Being it's hard to see through your fabric and you don't know where to run your needle, what I do is turn your fabric to the wrong side and place your needle where you want your stitch to start. Then grab some tape. I'm going to use reusable sewing edge tape. I like it better than tape. It has a thickness on the side that helps guide your fabric through your machine easily. And it leaves no sticky residue like other tapes do. If you'd like to purchase this tape, I will list it in the description down below. Turn your ruffle to the right side, line it up, Sew along here. I can think of. If you can think of any and like to share them, please comment below. And if you have photos, I would love to add them to my webpage gallery. I'll list my email address down below in the description if you'd like to send those photos. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my video, Be sure to hit the subscribe button along with the bell. This way, you'll be notified when my next video comes out. And please share my video on your social media. This way, I can continue to offer free patterns. Thank you. Bye-bye.